Yeah, my friend, you are live on here. You are welcome. What do you want to say to us?
يا الحبيب شلونك؟
Hala.
هلا. So you guys are talking about Abraham, but I'm not gonna interfere with that. I'm a confused Muslim, like they say.
Why you are confused?
Well, it's how my life started. You know, I mean, I was raised in Bahrain, studied abroad, went to churches as a visit.
Okay.
I was still a Muslim. Your videos, so many other videos, so many lies, you know. So
what do you mean?
there was
Like
too many
my videos?
confusions happening.
You are saying my videos have lies, or what do you mean? I don't know.
No. Your videos do not have lies.
Okay.
Yeah. You proved all the lies.
Yeah. What do you think about what we just said now? I mean, with this guy, he is saying you can recite the Quran in 40 days, and then he can recite it. He changed his mind. He make it 1 month, and then he changed it. He make it 20 days, and then he changed
Too
it to
much
15.
hashish.
Too much hashish, exactly. You know, this is a statement. It's cannot be from God. And the only explanation for this to be true, that the Quran is shrinking, somebody deleting
It
pages
is.
from it, right?
For sure.
Yeah. So, my friend, how I can help
100%.
you today? Like you are confused about Islam, but you did not leave Islam yet, right? You are from Bahrain, but you did not decide to leave Islam yet. What is holding you
I'm
from
on the
leaving?
edge.
Why?
I need the strike. عطني السترايك اللي عندك.
Yeah, okay, but tell me what is holding you so I can strike what is holding you.
Well, basically there are so many things. It's not about family. It's not about friends. It's not about that. It's, you know, most of the callers that call you, you know, some of them that are on the edge, they speak about, you know, their soul, if you know what I mean.
All right.
Fear of the soul, or like fear of.
Let us talk about this. I don't know what to call you. I don't know what to call. What's your name? You want to like to give me
Faruq.
Faruq. So Faruq,
Yeah.
you know, how come I don't fear Allah? A question. Just think about it. Why
You
I
were
don't
not
fear?
born with the fear. You know, I mean, we went to school and they indoctrinated
But
us.
I am like you. I'm born in the Middle East. All our culture is not about really believing in God as much as to fear God.
Exactly.
You know, we have the same, even about government. We don't respect government. We fear government, right? We don't respect the law, but we fear the law.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a culture of fear, and you know, like it's a culture like you have to stake in you have a stake in your hand because everybody is a donkey.
You have to have second thoughts all the time.
Yeah, and you know you have to say something and you believe in something.
Exactly like what you said. I mean, he recites it for 40 days and changes his mind in 20 days.
So fear should not be a problem. Because I can see now, actually, I mean, you killed your fear. Here we go. You are talking to me using your voice.
I'll tell you exactly what killed my fear. Yeah.
All right.
Around, let's say 12 years ago,
yeah,
I had a dream.
Okay.
At the end of the dream, I believe that I saw Jesus. I'm not sure if not, but I believe so. Okay. The dream was full of spiders and snakes and, you know, things that are not nice to see. There are so many mountains and shadows and dogs. And there was a white dog at the end that guided me to a door. That door had a stair. I tried to pass the stair halfway through, and I see a being, but without feet. كان لابس ثوب. It's like a thobe, you know? And was holding a book. The book was not halfway open, but, you know, quarterly open. And there was so much light behind him. I was trying to climb the, you know, just taking more steps, but he was like, you know, كان يمد الكتاب. كان يعني, yeah. He was like bringing the book forward to me, but I was trying to reach, but there was something pulling me back. Okay. Like a force. Yeah, not something physically pulling me, like a force. It woke me up from this dream. Yeah. And a year before today, yeah, I was sentenced to 12 months to jail, but I got out innocent after a month.
Good for you.
And the people inside, thank you, the people inside, they were praying, and people that were atheists became Muslim, like you see in the movies. So in the cell, they used to tell me, what about you come and pray with us? And I was like, I'm not that religious. And they tried and tried, so I pretended. Yeah.
Okay.
So I pretended to pray, but my prayers were all to Jesus. Okay, so I was doing the Islamic movements, but I was mumbling whatever it is to Jesus. A week later كان عندي استئناف. Okay, I don't know what they call this in English.
Appealing.
Yeah, and I was innocent.
All right.
And I believe for some reason there's a connection into the prayer and Jesus and the signs that I saw in the dream 12 years ago. And the only time I used Jesus was in jail. And a week later I was out.
Wonderful.
And
but what made you, like, when you start praying with them, pretending to be praying like a Muslim, but what made you like start praying to Jesus? I mean, did you ask yourself why I'm doing that?
No, because I'll tell you why. Because like I said in the beginning, my father, I had problems in school in Bahrain. So my father kicked me out and he sent me to a boarding school in England. It was like a half military, half school.
Okay.
And every Sunday we used to go to the church. And the first time I went into a church, it felt beautiful. It felt clean. There are no slippers outside.
There's no slippers and there's no smell of socks.
وما في حرامية صح.
You can leave. Nobody will steal your shoes.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you, Faruq, just I will give you a break from this. Once we were in a teenage, in school, and we have a bunch of teachers. All of them are idiot. So they went to the mosque, and we know which mosque they go to. So what we did, and I was with them actually, and the rest are Muslims. So one of the Muslims, he come with the idea to take the shoes and dump them in the dumpster. So everybody in the mosque came out from the mosque looking for his shoes,
out, I'm sure.
including our teachers. Anyway, continue, my friend. I'm listening.
So it was beautiful, and it always felt like home, when I went into a church. And then when I left England, I came back to the Middle East, and when I went into a mosque, it just felt different. It just felt not my place. It felt weird, and seeing how people are, in Ramadan, for example, is what I call when the devil comes and sits in the Middle East. This is when the devil makes his work. All the parties are in Ramadan. All the prostitution begins in Ramadan.
Fighting,
all the
violence, lying.
Everything.
And we eat more.
Exactly. And we eat more, yeah. And drinking, as in the picture, there are no drinks anymore, only that month. And Bahrain is open when it comes to these things. And
even in Saudi Arabia, you can get a drink, alcohol so easy.
Of course you can. Hey, سوق سودا في كل مكان.
Yeah.
Yeah, black market is everywhere. Saudi Arabia, it's all underground, but still, here they do it in the open. Girls are not the same, they're not covered and all of that. So it's more open, it's more multicultural in Bahrain. So I was planning to visit the new church they built in Bahrain, if you heard about it.
Okay. This is the one
called,
just last week the Pope he visited?
Yes, okay. Our Lady of Arabia.
All right.
It's a beautiful church. I don't know if you checked it out or not.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really nice, and it's welcoming. So my question to you, regarding marriage in Islam and Sharia, and because I'm married and I have problems with the wife, so I'm thinking of converting to Christianity. Okay. So what happens to the marriage by default if me, the Muslim, becomes Christian and the wife stays Muslim? Does that cut off the marriage, or the marriage stays as it is?
No. See, Christianity does not encourage divorce, even if your wife, she was not a believer, especially if the wife, it's a woman, You married her before you became a Christian, so you can keep your marriage, but you don't have to. But you can keep your marriage. But the Bible, in the same time, don't encourage. There is no partnership between people who they are living in darkness and and those who are living in light. So a Christian person cannot marry non-Christian, but this is a Christian person. You are not. When you married this lady, she was
No,
not.
she's Muslim.
She's a Muslim, and you were a Muslim when you married her, right?
Yeah, I was a
Yeah,
Muslim.
yeah,
عقد نكاح.
yeah. Look how ugly the word, man.
اي والله يا اخي. It is. It is. It is.
And
You know, the first time
you
I
know,
heard you saying that, I was like, what? Let me check my contract. I was like, what?
yeah,
عقد نكاح.
yeah.
I was like,
You know,
shit.
if you open the dictionary, you see the Muslim, they say Christian prince is lying. Nikah does not mean the F word. If you open,
Nikah is the F
if you
word,
open the
man. Nikah.
dictionary, it says تناكحت الأشجار.
Exactly. I mean,
What it means?
I'll,
The branches go through each other.
the
You know?
branches, yeah, are effing each other.
And there is in the book of Al-Qurtubi, it says how Shaitan, he have children, because the Quran said, and
Yeah.
ذريته,
He
you know?
rocks his legs, yeah.
Yeah, so he have a penis in the right leg, thigh, and he have a vagina in the left leg, and then he do nikah. So how the Muslim, they
This is
say
not
that the word
hashish,
nikah,
Christian
marriage,
Prince. This is not hashish, man.
this
This
is
is
not hashish,
mushrooms.
absolutely. This and the flying carpet, and you are fun, Farouk. You know, I wish you are here. We can
Oh,
have coffee
man.
together.
Oh, yeah. I wish, man. I wish.
Yeah.
I pass to the States every year, by the way.
All right, no problem. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so anyway, like you know, so you today you are laughing at Islam. So I cannot say that you are still a Muslim.
Every
You are
day.
saying to me now you are
Every
still
day,
holding
man. But the
yourself as a
thing is, I
Muslim.
want to get it out of my system in a way that it's deleted. It's enough. I mean, I'm getting tired of making fun
Okay,
of it.
I have a recipe for us, for you. It work with every Muslim. Drink camel urine. You will,
That will never happen.
you will get it out of your system totally. You know.
I'd rather smoke, man, than doing that.
No, to get anything like bad in our life, you know, all of us, Farouk, we have bad things in our life. You know, me myself, when I was a kid, I used to fight for any reason. I just look for a reason to fight. You know.
You're an Arab, man. You have temper problems. It's
Yeah.
okay.
So no, we look for it. Like I look for it. Like it's like to prove yourself. You know, it's like a way to prove
Exactly. It's
that
our ego.
you are the man. You know, and you wanna like, yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
man. You know. So, and
Yeah.
I change a lot. Like now, if I see, even if somebody insult me, most likely I will try to ignore it as much as I can. You know.
Yeah.
So you know, in Christianity, God, He changed you. He changed you a lot. So if you want to get rid of Islam from your system, as you are asking for, I think the only one who can help you best is to read the Bible and try to be the same person as Jesus he was. How loving he is,
Yeah.
how forgiving he is, how wise he is, because all of this is coming from wisdom. You know, when we are a fool, we fight for no reason. I go in the street,
Exactly.
somebody look at me. Why you are looking at me? What the heck? Let him look. So what? What happened? You know? But you are looking for a fight because this is a foolish behavior. So when a human being, he use his wisdom. Look like he have a bad
Yeah.
internet. You hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, because your voice cut for a second. So
Maybe it's the neighbor's. Maybe it's the neighbor's connection.
you are
I'm
using a
stealing.
neighbor. You are using neighbor internet. You know, there's I don't know if you saw that website. There is a Muslim. He was asking, "Is it halal to steal electricity so I can do a pollution?" The sheikh he said, "Sure." Because the purpose, brother, the purpose is a good purpose.
Exactly, brother. You know, I've been hearing you for like 6 years now.
Really?
Yeah, man, 6 years.
And until now you
I
did
let
not.
my mother hear you, my father, everyone.
Okay, tell me about your mother and your father. What, they decide to leave
My
Islam too or
mother,
not?
my mother is Shia and my father is Sunnah.
Oh, okay. Which one of them?
It's a mix.
Which one of them he love about what they hear more? Your mom?
So
or...
what do you think? They called me Faruq. Why?
I don't know why.
You know exactly why.
They did not call you Farouk after you after they heard me, they called you a long time ago, Farouk.
My mom was like, I'm glad they didn't call you Umar. So yeah, I mean, there are, inside jokes that we do in the house, and that's fine. We have our inside jokes, we joke around the 12ers that from my mom's side, and I joke around, regarding Muhammad and his Sahaba with my father's side. So there is, the ins and outs of jokes. We joke around about it, but they go back in their box. I stay out of the box.
Hmm.
That is the problem with them. They need more of you, and that's gonna come.
Well,
Shway
I will
shway.
be happy if they have any question. If they are around you, I will be happy to speak to them, or you can ask through you, and I will be happy to answer
Yeah,
if they have any questions. Yeah, but
yeah, yeah, for sure.
in order to get rid of Islam from your system, I believe the best way is, faith. Faith change the nature.
I have the faith, man, towards Jesus. I have the faith towards, all of that, the love, the energy, and, the positiveness and all of that, and the educational, side of it. But I don't know. I don't know what it is, man.
So
I really don't
until
know.
now, you did not consider yourself, you denied Muhammad to be a prophet, or you?
Denied long time ago.
Okay, so you are out of Islam already, we can say now.
You can say so, but how about the feeling inside? My brain is saying
What do you
something.
feel? What do you feel?
My brain is saying something, and my heart is saying something else.
So what your
It's like
brain
I'm in
saying,
the.
what your heart is saying?
My brain is saying everything is BS.
Okay.
My heart is saying, it's doctrinated, CP. It's since we were kids,
Yeah.
and you know how it is. Like it's like North Korea
Yeah. Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
Okay, so how they doctrinated us, how
Yeah.
they
I will tell you.
brainwashed
I will tell you my experience. When you live in the Middle East, what they teach you about the Jews? They are evil. They are bad.
Yeah, they start with you can't eat with them, and
Yeah.
they're not that good,
No,
and
actually,
they start
first time
slowly.
I saw a Jew, I was trying to find if he have a tail. Because all what they teach us that they are monkeys, they are pigs, they
You
are
should have
monkeys,
checked branches, man. That's
Yeah. So, I mean, this is how much, they brainwash you when you are,
we
uh,
in Bahrain they didn't went into the extent of the monkeys and all of that,
yeah.
but they were politically correcting in a way,
Hmm.
you know
But what I'm saying,
slowly. Yeah, yeah,
still, I mean, we have the same garbage, where we coming from, me
yes,
and you. We
yeah,
speak the same
exactly.
language. And,
صح.
the culture is not about thinking logically. It's about being stupid and believe.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. I mean, I sit with my friends and we have debates. Yeah.
mhm.
And we go through these things, and they agree until they go back to their box and say, no, it's not real. No, you're making this shit up. And you show them the hadith, you show them the Quran, you show them everything. It's still, they don't get
Yeah,
convinced.
they
It's
go in
very hard to.
denial. No, this is not. It's not about they not convinced.
Yeah, they go
In
into
fact, they
denial. True.
are. In fact, they are, because they have eyes and they can see, as you said. But
Yeah.
it's embarrassment. So what we
It's
do?
embarrassment and how big the kufr word is to them.
Yeah. So what we do? We
Yeah,
deny it. This is the easiest way.
exactly what
But
exactly what they're doing.
doesn't mean if they deny it, it's not there. The always the Muslims and Arab in general, they are like the ostrich. The na'ama. They put their head in the sand because and now they think
Exactly.
nobody can see them no more. The wolf is not there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So they put their head and then not only that, they are very proud, and because they are so proud about what I don't know, it's hard to speak to them because they are so
There's too
proud,
much ego.
too much. But by time, like it's a it might take some time. Like when you learn English, like the word upset. Upset
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. Like somebody is upset. What does that mean? I mean, what set and up have to do
yeah,
with being angry?
yeah,
And then I
yeah,
learned that the cowboy, when they try to ride a horse, the horse
yeah.
he go up and he sit up and like when you sit on him. So this is where the word upset coming from the cowboy. So
Yeah.
an Arab boy who is a Muslim is like a horse, and he been treated all his life to believe that he is free, and now suddenly he found that he is just a slave. So he will be upset. He's a slave of Allah. He cannot use his brain. He cannot read. If
Very
he
true.
read, he is
Yeah.
going to be in trouble. If you open his book, he will be in trouble. So what the Quran says, and the best of you, the scholars, is the one who say we believe.
Mm,
راسخون في العلم. So who is the
صح.
راسخون في العلم? Is the one who say we believe, not the one who study. You know,
Yeah,
so like in
yeah.
the Hebrew people, if you say to them, a rabbi is somebody he study. The
Hmm.
Muslim sheikhs is not the one someone he study, is someone he believe according to the Quran.
And eating too much hummus.
Yeah, it's just, you know, like say I believe. The most you say, the more you say the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that's it, you are a sheikh, you know. The
S
second
A W
the
A
second they
N
ask you a
G.
question, Allah knows best, you know, and we solve the
Yeah.
problem.
Hmm.
But you know, for you, I think, I mean, it's not shouldn't be hard because already your parents, they are already, you know, somehow laughing at the Quran and Muhammad.
They're open people, you know. They're open minded when it comes
Wonderful.
to
That will
these
make,
things. You believe what you believe. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
that will make things very, very easy for you,
It is easier,
you
but
know.
you know, I've seen friends that, you know, أنا أعطيهم شوية من النبذة.
Hmm.
They turn around and nearly backstab you. So I cannot open up these subjects openly here,
Yeah.
especially with, you know, some people. Yeah,
Well, you
it's a
know,
stuff.
you see, if you always you have to choose your choose, as they say
Your
in
crowd.
English,
Yeah,
choose your friends carefully. You know, choose your friend
yeah, yeah.
carefully. Uh, Not everyone is qualified even to be my friend, and not everyone is qualified to have a serious conversation with him. So
True.
a topic like this, it should be only open with someone you think you consider to be
True.
smart, and that is hard to find in the Middle East because the smart
Two of
one.
my friends, you know, very close friends. One is Shi'i and one is Sufi. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Sunni.
Uh-huh.
One is diplomatic and one is, you know, a worker in one of the big banks here in Bahrain.
Yeah.
So we have these debates, and you know, it goes really nice because you know everyone has his own opinion. And I'm like, you know, Islam is an individual thing. It's now today. If you ask a Muslim what kind of Muslim are you, he will give you his own version of Islam.
Yeah.
Everyone has his own version of Islam. There is no one that I met ever that went and did exactly what the Sunnah says, what the book says. They don't, but they're in denial, like you said. They think they are.
Yeah. And you know the both of them, the Shia and the Sunni, the second you find
Mm.
them something embarrassing, they deny it.
Yeah,
You
because
know.
I told my friend, why aren't you wearing black shoes anymore?
Yeah. he,
And he
he
was like, how did you know?
he heard me. Did he hear me?
I heard you saying that once. I went the next day. I was like, Ahmedo, why aren't you wearing black shoes? Huh?
For people who do not know, the Shia they believe if you wear a black shoe, your private part will not function in the bedroom.
It will be limp forever.
Would be limp forever, and the wife she will not be
No
happy.
Viagra, nothing will
She
save
will
it.
divorce you. You know. So you have to wear a yellow shoes or a white shoes. Yellow shoes is the best. You know.
Yellow shoes is the best. It's bright and it will brighten up the day.
What is your shoes, Farouk?
Oh, all of my shoes are black.
Oh boy.
Nearly black.
So ladies,
And it's working
ladies,
fine, man.
don't ever think to marry Farouk. He have a problem already. What a stupid
Oh
religion,
man,
man.
it's been a while, man. I wanted to speak to you.
You know, there's a hadith about a person he came to I think Abu Ja'far or Ali, I'm not sure, I forgot the hadith. And he said to
Yeah,
him, my wife, she is giving me only girls, you know, baby girls. And he want to have
yeah,
boys. So he said to
yeah.
him, next time when you have sex with her, do it from behind and spank her. And each time you spank her, you say, Ya Ali.
Yeah, Ali, huh? Oh my God, man.
Spank hard and say, Ya Ali, and push it.
Yeah, yeah, Ali. They worship Ali, and
And
the
then,
other
and not
side
only that,
worships
brother,
Muhammad.
the miracle happened. The guy after that, he have seven boys. So
And
if
the
any
poor
of
Sulaiman
you,
didn't say Inshallah, and he got
no, he
99.
said, Ya Ali. He said, Ya Ali. He spank and say, Ya Ali. It's a clear recipe. It's very easy, very simple, you know.
Yeah, but you know the Shia cannot look at their behind,
No, they cannot because
as they
they
say.
will go blind. Actually, even
Oh,
the
see,
Sunni, Aisha, she said
yeah.
that she never saw the private part of a prophet of Allah.
تحت الوزار خش.
What the heck is that? So what she was seeing?
Maybe it's not there, man.
What a crazy religion. So
It
my
is. It
friend,
is a
so
crazy
now
religion.
you know,
Yeah.
like in your you are saying you have a trouble about Islam. It's saying clearly as out of your system, but in your heart still you believe in Jesus, correct?
Of course.
So do you accept him as a prophet or as your God and your Savior?
I accept him as both, I believe,
Prophet and God and Savior?
because a prophet cannot work without the God.
Hmm.
God needs to put the prophet to pass the message, because if God comes by himself, you never know what could happen to humanity by itself, because he's so powerful.
Hmm.
So we cannot imagine what kind of energy and power
Okay,
will bring with him.
let us
So he has.
rephrase this. Jesus, the only prophet actually in the world is God. The rest they prophesy in the name of the prophet.
Right.
God
Right.
is the one who gave his prophecies to the one we call them prophet. But the fact they are not the one who make the prophecy, they are just delivering the prophecy, correct? So
Right.
God is a prophet in the same time, for he is the one who knows the future. He is the one who knows what is going to happen, and he is the one who can be the first and the only prophet. The rest of them, we call them prophet because they are from our kind and they go down to earth, like us. They are in the earth and they deliver the prophecy of God. But the fact, all prophecy is coming from God. So the Messiah,
Any prophet did what Muhammad did?
no, nobody,
None.
none.
Out of 124,000.
24,000. Yeah, even there, Muhammad he exaggerating everything, and his exaggeration is so stupid. The same,
True.
the Shia
Yes.
and the Sunni, they have tons of stories.
Hmm.
Like as I don't know if you know that the Shia, as long you associate yourself with the Shia they believe that Allah he sent Prophet Adam in a journey, like the one you see in the part of the Caribbean. In a ship. There was no land. There was only water, and
Hmm.
he was in the ship for like 2,000 years or 1,000 years, depending on the story. And then
Hmm.
during the trip, Adam he sweat uh,
Once only.
124,000 drop of sweat. From every sweat,
Oh,
Allah created a prophet. Which makes sense. You know, yeah. And if you
Awiya.
and I mean the Shia they can count even how many drop of sweat the guy he have. All those stories make
Yeah, there's
sense for
somebody
sure.
like sitting behind them and counting it. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I believe that.
So when we say Jesus, for us as a Christians, he is a prophet, yet he's God, yet he is a master, he is a teacher, he's a rabbi,
Hmm.
he is
Hmm.
Lord. So all those names fit with him, for he was between us doing all those things. He prophesied, he
Yeah.
healed, he is a healer, he resurrect, he is a resurrector.
Yeah.
He told the truth. He said, I am the truth. He gave life, so he is life giver. Even the Quran admit
He
that,
made the
correct?
blind see. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Messiah is a very special person. All the prophets of God, they have a job of delivery, except Jesus. He himself is the Word of God, and he is God at the same time. This is why in the book of John it says, in the beginning it was the Word, and then the Word became a flesh in verse number 14. So the Messiah
Yeah.
and the word, by the way, here is not the translation say word, but it's not really accurate translation. The word is logos. Logos
Hmm.
is the mind, is the will, is the decision, is the plan of God. So the Messiah is the walking, talking, living word of God. So
So logos is a Greek word.
it's a Greek word, correct? Yeah, and the
Okay.
logos is not
Okay.
something new. You see, when the Bible speak to the Greek, he speak in their language, so they understand what we are talking about. So they are, it's using their language. So the
Hmm.
second you say logos to a Greek person, he don't understand it just a word like in English, just a plain English word, mean word. The logos
Yeah.
is way more than just a word. It is everything. It is the
Is
will.
there? Yeah. Is there an explanation why God came down as Jesus? Just him? I mean, why didn't God come down? With as other prophets, like he did with Jesus?
Well, this is
I mean,
the other prophet. They are just
any
prophets. You see,
explanation?
when in
Yeah.
Christianity, it will be that Jesus is the only person who is the Son of God. The rest are not. So other
Son of
prophets.
God, not biologically, you mean?
This is not biological for sure. But the Quran understand it in a
Yeah,
biological way because the Quran, Muhammad is
exactly.
stupid. But but for us, yeah, because no Christian. You see, it's okay to understand this way. If the Christian believe that God, he have a wife, her name is Mary, and then they have a son, his name is Jesus, correct? But
Mm-hmm.
the Bible and the Quran agree that Mary was a virgin. So obviously, this is not something sexual, right?
Obviously.
So the
Exactly.
Messiah, the Son of God, he is born from God, and his existence have nothing to do with his birth date. Like a Muslim, he is smart. He will say to you, well, where was the Trinity before the birth of Jesus? You know,
Mm.
but Jesus, he said,
Mm-hmm.
before Abraham,
I am.
I am. So he exists before Abraham, and his birth have nothing to do with his existence. So
Yeah.
the Messiah is not like other prophets. Prophet are people who come and they pass and they die. Jesus, he exists from before time. The Bible says everything created by him and for him. And Jesus
Mm-hmm.
himself, he proclaimed things which is not for anyone to proclaim, like, I am from above, you are from
So
below.
Muhammad copied that,
Muhammad, he
that
tried
God
to
made
copy.
everything for him.
For me,
Yeah.
actually, I believe, I'm working right now in a book. Muhammad, the story of Muhammad in Arabic, it doesn't make any sense. I think the story of Muhammad is translated from an Aramaic book, and it turned to be and now what we call it Qur'an. You know, because
So you're saying it was a myth?
I cannot say if it's a myth or not, but I can say the story is flipped upside down. You know,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
story is not uh, doesn't make sense. Like you mentioned to me names, like your name is Faruq, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but if you go and ask yourself some questions, you will find that even the names in the books of Muslims, you cannot really find meaning for them in Arabic. As an example, you know, Quraysh.
Mm.
What Quraysh mean?
A tribe
This is
or
the name
a
of tribe,
village.
right? Okay, but this is not true. Quraysh is people who they are like a cowboy, Ru'at. Ru'at,
Yeah. قطاع طرق.
No, Ru'at, mean Ru'at, the people who
رعاة.
yeah, the shepherd, you know.
Yeah,
This is what
shepherds. Okay.
Quraysh
Okay.
mean, but
Okay.
this makes sense only in the Aramaic. So in the Aramaic, it means Ru'at. In Arabic, does not mean anything.
So
So
Quraysh is an Aramaic word.
it's an Aramaic word. All the names actually you
Okay.
see in the Quran are Aramaic words.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Even
Then most
Muhammad,
of it is.
even Muhammad is an Aramaic word. If you ask
Within
yourself,
these years, I was digging deep, and I found out lots of things that to do with Aramaic, and so many stories that were stolen. The seven sleepers, the Baqarah, I mean, the
everything
whole
is a
book
theft.
is a mishmash
But
of
but
everything. It's a
even the
remix.
names, the Muslim they have, like uh, uh, the story of Uthman ibn Affan as an example. Uthman
Mm.
ibn Affan. I mean, it
Mm.
doesn't make sense. Uthman
It
is a
doesn't make sense,
person.
like a poem.
Uthman is a name of a person who mistreated. He
Yeah,
was like
Afan.
Uthman. Uthman
Yeah,
is somebody
Uthman.
people.
But what is Afan? Afan
I
is
will tell you.
Afan.
I'm coming there. So
Yeah.
Uthman is somebody mistreated. He was like people were unjust to him. And
Mm.
then Affan is the coffin.
Mm.
So Uthman is a person who was unjustly killed. Muslim, they tortured him, and even they refused to bury his coffin with the
Yeah, they
Muslims.
dragged him out.
They drag him
Yeah.
in the street, and then you will find that
Yeah.
Uthman ibn Affan make sense. Now, it's not a name; it is a description.
Right. Right. After the action was happening. Yeah.
Exactly. So somebody named him Uthman, the
A
son,
nickname.
yeah, the son of the coffin
Yeah.
who dragged out, who nobody buried him. So he was
Yeah.
he was killed unjustly. So look like
فتعفن عفن يعني
no,
fungus.
Affan is the coffin. It's not Affan. No, it's the coffin.
Okay.
It's the coffin. Yeah.
Okay.
So in
Okay.
Aramaic it makes sense. It is a state. It's a statement description of what
Hmm.
happened to this man, and then you cannot explain why in the world his name is like that. And we find that the same of the rest of the names. All the names. So uh, when we
It's all a
study
story, man. It's all a mishmash.
when we study, if you want to go deep with the knowledge, then you will find
Yeah.
that Islamic religion is a mix of many things cannot be coming from the Arab.
أساطير الأوليين.
Yeah, exactly. The Quran says actually, yeah, in many places, 6, 7 places, the Arab, they say to Muhammad, this is the fabulous of old nations or previous nations. And the reason they
True.
said that to him, because simply those stories
They
all
heard.
are known, nothing new. But I
Yeah.
believe that there is someone, he wrote the Quran as a story about somebody,
Yeah.
like there is a person, his name is Muhammad, and there is a characters, and then even in the Hadith, the characters they show in the Hadith, they don't show much in the Quran. Like we don't see the Uthman in the Quran, right? Uthman ibn Affan in the Quran, we don't see him.
Right.
But we will
Right.
find that tons of stories, a ton of names. This is why the Muslims do not even know what the names mean. If you ask a Muslim what Abraham means, you do not know.
They don't know.
What Israel mean, they don't know. What Isa, what is Isa? What Musa? They don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, Torah, what is Torah? They don't know. Injil, they don't know. So how can be a book was sent to the Arab, and the Quran says this is the book, we made it in clear details, right?
Right.
Yeah, so فصلنا آياته, right? فصلنا. So
Yeah.
how we made it clear, and then we do not know. So either this book
It
is
is
clear.
weird, man. It's weird how they believe in it. I mean, look, I did not believe everything in the Quran. I did not. I mean, even when I was a kid, I remember I used to tell my mother, what's this fantasies? How did somebody live this long? How did Abraham's foot landed in Mecca and only in that spot? I mean, when they dig today in Mecca and they do these big buildings, I mean, they have to have the archaeological people on the site to check if there is anything from history down there. But there was never ever anything that they found that connects, Islam to Mecca, and artificial artifacts. They did not find anything.
No, actually, they found
I mean, it's a dry
they
land.
found Aramaic. They found Aramaic
Mhm.
script written in the like mud or rocks, but not Arabic.
Okay.
Aramaic,
Okay. The places that were closed in Saudi, they just
Yeah, some
opened these
places they
areas.
found Aramaic.
Yeah.
This is why actually, this is why the influence of the Aramaic language in the Quran. The Quran. This is now there's many scholars, believe, who study carefully the Aramaic language and Arabic. They believe
Hmm.
that the Quran never was written in Arabic, never. You
Yeah,
know,
I don't think so too, because of, there was no dots and there was no tashkil.
and not only this, because always when you translate, you will lose something, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
you will find a lot of meaning doesn't make sense in the Quran if we read it today. Like
Yeah.
like if like I just showed the hadith when Muhammad he says, uh, how long it take to recite the Quran. Once he said it was 40 days. Then he said a month, and then he said 20 days, and then he said 15 days, and then he said 10 days, and then he said 7 days. So
It depends on how strong the hashish is, my
is
friend.
no, but let us take this seriously. So if the Quran is a
Yeah.
book, the book is the same, and the Quran is not changing. Why the recitation getting so shorter? It doesn't make sense.
Because it doesn't make sense unless somebody doesn't know how
What
to read
only
it.
makes sense is that somebody was writing a new book
Mm.
from the Aramaic. When he wrote it first
And
time, it take 40 days
yeah.
to recite it. Then
Uh-huh.
he make more summary of it. It take 1 month. Then he shortened the book. It became 20. And then he shortened the book more. He make it
Makes
15.
sense.
And then
Yeah.
finally, as he said 7 days. So the final summary, and this is what actually the Quran mean. The Quran mean the summary of the holy book. The summary. It's a summary. It's not a holy book. It's a summary of the holy book.
Is it
Quran.
Al-Qur'an?
No,
Is it the
Quran.
real
Quran
Quran? Yeah, but the
is an
way you
Aramaic word.
pronounce it in Aramaic,
It's
is
an
it
Aramaic.
Qur'an?
No, is a qara like qara is
Qarra wara'a.
saying,
Yes,
yeah,
I know.
qarra wara'a.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Quran, you see in Arabic, you speak Arabic maybe even better than me. So you say akala yakulu. You don't say aklanan, right?
No.
There's no way to say aklanan. So قرأ يقرأ قرآنا doesn't make sense. So شرب
أكل
يشرب
قرآنا.
شربانا.
No, you
You
can't
know,
do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you try to make it go with the Arabic grammar, which does not even exist. You will find the Quran does not make any sense. And the same time, is if qarra wara'a is what Quran mean. He said what he saw. So Muhammad, he saw what?
He saw nothing, my
He
friend.
saw nothing. Even the
Not
story says that Muhammad, he did not receive a book, correct?
right.
So in order for him to use the word qira'a, the Muslim, they use the word now qira'a, they say mean recitation, right? But this is
Right.
false, because this is Aramaic word mean qarra wara'a. He say
Wara'a,
what he
yeah.
saw. Exactly. You don't say
But he
something
didn't
you
see.
did not see.
Yeah.
Recitation is something you recite from your memory.
Right.
So you have it first in the memory in order to say it. Repeating is not recitation. If I repeat after you, that is not
Yeah.
reciting. I'm repeating. Recitation is a memory thing. So even the story about Muhammad, when an angel he came to him and he said to him, "Iqra,"
Yeah.
Okay, what Iqra mean?
Yeah.
Anyone is ask anyone who speak Arabic and you speak Arabic. Iqra mean read.
Read.
If Muhammad Muhammad himself, how Muhammad he understood the word? He said to him, "Ma ana biqari."
Yani I do not see.
He said, "What I
That's
will
what he
read?
meant.
What I will read?
What I will read. Okay.
ما
But
أنا بقارئ
okay.
اشرب ما أنا بشارب ها
Right.
ادفع."
But do you think he meant I do not see what to
No,
read?
no, ما أنا
Is that
بقارئ.
self?
No, ما أنا. You want me? Okay. You see, the Muslim they
If he
say,
said it in Aramaic, let's say.
the Muslim they say that he meant he cannot read, but read carefully. The guy, he just said to him one word.
Yeah, exactly.
He said to him, "Iqra." So
And
how he
how
is?
God didn't know that this guy doesn't read?
Yeah. So first of all, how stupid the angel to say to him, "Read," and the guy do not know how to read. And what the point then?
Angel Taiwani.
Yeah. هذا الصيني. So so when he said to him, "Read," and the guy do not know how to read, so what the point of saying? And unless you want to make a miracle, like Jesus said to him, let us say, if Jesus was there and he said to Muhammad, "Read," Muhammad will read, because this is
Read
Jesus,
immediately.
I mean,
He'll be
yeah. But Muhammad was so stupid to the point, even the angel could not make him read, and he's God.
exactly 3 times and no catch
So
up.
the whole story does not make sense. So
Right.
he said to him, "Iqra." He said, "Ma ana biqari." Even the Muslim, when you read the hadith, you will see that when the Muslim hadith says, the Prophet, either he was asked, he's saying, "I do not know how to read," or he is saying, "Read what?" Even in the translation, because the story is very confusing.
It is confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
It is
story does not make
confusing.
sense. Actually, once there's a bunch of Muslims, they wanted to prove me wrong, and they decide to make a video. And then when they asked them how it mean recite, and Muhammad, he just said, "I cannot recite." He just said one word. He just said he just said the word.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah,
me,
he just said
repeat.
the word.
Yeah, like I said to me, say falafel. I say I cannot say falafel.
Man, nobody can beat you with this.
I mean,
I'm telling you.
the guy, he just said I cannot. Like, he just said falafel. So how in the world he would say to him, how that can mean that he cannot read? This is really stupid. What the story is
It is.
saying, that Muhammad, he said to him, "What I shall read, what I shall read."
Yeah.
And even when the Muslim they say that Muhammad was a person who do not know how to write, how to read. I don't know
No,
if you
he
know the
does.
hadith. When Muhammad he was dying, he said, "Atuni bikitab." You remember the hadith? Bring me a paper and a pen
Yeah.
or something to write. I will write for you.
Okay.
I will
So
write
that
for
means
you.
he reads.
Huh?
That means he reads. He knows how to read.
And the Quran explain what the word ummi mean. Ummi is a goma in the Hebrew, which is from the nations, from umam. Al umam, ummi,
Yeah.
which means
It
he
doesn't
is
mean
not
that he's
from.
illiterate.
Yeah, he is not from the people of Abraham. He is not. He is from the pagan. This is what ummi mean. So in certain time, me, you, everybody was ummi, which mean he is ignorant in the book. He don't have the book of God. So
Right.
Even when the Quran speak about Muhammad, he says in the Quran that the people of the book, he divide the people to two kind of people: Ahlul Kitab wal Ummiyin. So the people of the book is us, correct?
Right.
All right. Why we are called the people of the book?
Because you have the manuscripts.
Because we have the script. So the Quran in chapter 2, verse number 78 says, from them, from among them, is the illiterate and the one who knows the book. See it? So
Right.
Muhammad is from the pagan who do not know the book of God. Have nothing to
And then
do with being able
and then
to
who
read.
brought him the book?
Huh?
Who brought him the book so he can put all these stories in?
Well, no, he do not know the book of God.
He doesn't know. Yes, I know. This
Yeah.
is in the beginning.
So this is what we were showing people now, that Muhammad, when you call me, Muhammad, he ordered
Yeah.
Zayd ibn Thabit to go and learn and study more in the Aramaic language so he can read for him the books of the Jews. And then he
Gotcha.
start copying from there, and he put what he can add. Summary.
So it was Zayd and Waraqa? Anyone else?
Waraqa is the one who started it, but then Waraqa, he died, and when he died, the inspiration
The
of Allah,
Quran
he stopped
stopped.
coming to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to have you, my friend Faruq. If there's
I'm
anything
happy
really
to
I
speak
can
to you.
help
It's an
you with,
honor.
you know, so do you announce Jesus as your Lord, as your
Give
Savior,
me
and
the
Muhammad is
strike, man.
false?
Strike it out. Strike it out of me, man.
Yeah, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Do you believe that Jesus is your Lord, is your Savior?
I believe that Jesus is my Lord and my Savior.
I mean to that.
And everybody else is Savior.
Do you believe that Muhammad cannot be from God and he is obviously from
He
Satan?
can't. I believe that he is satanic.
Exactly.
100%.
Well, I'm
I
happy
believe that.
to hear that from you, Farouk. And if you have any time, if you want me to help you with your parents, I will be honored to talk to them, and for sure I will speak to them very nicely.
I'll get you a sheikh, man.
Oh yeah, I will pay you if you do that.
But don't pay me anything. I'll just laugh it off.
No,
and
hold on. You did not hear what I will pay you. I will pay you in Jannah, brother.
Which house? Give me a big house, my friend.
I will give you
The
a
big
bracelet.
palace.
I will give you a bracelet of gold in Jannah, brother.
Not silver, huh?
Do you know
Gold.
that? Do you know the story of Abu Dahdah?
No.
Abu Dahdah, he have a nice wood full of palm trees, you know. So Muhammad, he promised him corner lot if he give him the palm trees. Hey,
Abu Dahdah.
Farouk, listen. I am sure you have a nice villa in Bahrain. What about I will give you a corner lot in heaven and give me your house there, man?
Don't forget the virgins, my friend.
For sure. No, this is tips. This is nothing. Don't worry about it.
This is the tips. Huh?
They are included. Like you open the fridge, you will find them all frozen. Don't forget to say the password before you open the refrigerator, because they might
can
eat you
open
alive.
fridges with my long penis, my friend. In the
just say the word takbir, you know, before you open the door, because it might explode in your face.
Wow.
He put explosion there for security reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was a great talking to you, Farouk. I'm really happy for you.
Same here, man.
And if you can bring me a sheikh to talk to me, I will really appreciate that. Do you promise me you can do that?
I will get you a Shia guy. I'll get you a Shia guy.
Shia or
something
Sunni?
different.
You know what?
Something different, man.
What about bring me one time Shia and one time Sunni, so we can have a conflict. Honestly,
I would love to bring them both.
Honestly,
together.
I will appreciate that, because that would be the most funny.
I know that my
and listen,
friend
Farouk, the bigger the bigger his beard, the better the debate will be.
The bigger the amama.
The amama. Did you see the videos in Iran? Now they are pushing the amama.
Oh my God, Iran's gonna blow up, man. It's gonna hopefully, you know, they fix all the issues and, you know, kick them out, kick all these bearded men out.
I don't think so. Joe Biden is supporting them. Yeah. Anyway,
Joe Biden supporting everybody for his own pocket, for his own agendas. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, good to hear you, Farouk. I will be happy to hear you again.
Habibi,
thank you very much for calling, and may the Lord bless you and your family. And let us all pray for our brother Farouk here, all of you brothers here, Pray for Faruq. He accepted Jesus as his Lord,
Thank you so
as
much.
his
Thank you so
Savior.
much. I
And not
appreciate
only
it a lot.
that, we will pray to your parents, your family. I don't know how many sisters you have, how many brothers you have.
I have 3 sisters, and I'm the only guy.
That will be wonderful if you can bring them to Christ, my friend, because that will,
Yeah,
because you know the Lord, he says, from their fruits you shall know them.
you shall not know them.
And
Yeah,
the Lord, now he appointed you to be ambassador for him within your family. So save your family,
yeah.
my friend. Save them so they will live happy. And even when we
So there
die,
is no divorce tomorrow?
oh, no divorce tomorrow. No divorce
Ah,
tomorrow. No, you
so
see, if this
it is a
this
tough
this
one, man. It's a toxic marriage.
if this woman, you see, Christianity does not encourage divorce because
I
divorce bring
understand.
problems to the children, you know.
I have no children.
Oh, that's a different story. But anyway, still, I cannot encourage you to divorce your wife because she's a Muslim. Have some patience. Maybe the Lord will help you to bring her to Christ with you, and will change you, change her the same as He changed you too. You know,
Yeah,
just ask
yeah.
the Lord for help, and the Lord, He will help you. But don't read the Quran for her about Harut and Marut. You know, maybe you should
Maybe
go. Maybe you should go right now and tell her, listen, do you know why we are fighting? She will say to no to you because you are
I
an,
told her. I told her. I
yeah.
told her that already.
You told her it's because of Harut and Marut?
قلت لها هاروت وماروت ربعك.
What she said. She don't believe.
She said, I don't believe in these things. Okay, if you don't believe in these things and you don't believe in any of these, why are you sticking to it?
Yeah, why you
It's
are
still
saying you
the
are a
same
Muslim
thing.
then? How she don't
It's
believe
still
in
the
those
same
things?
thing, man. It's deep within. It's deep within us. That's the problem.
Yeah, she go in denial, I see. Because this is in the
Yeah.
Quran. You showed her it's in the Quran, right? This is not Hadith.
What Harut Marut?
Yeah, in the
She knows.
Quran.
She knows.
Huh?
Yeah, she knows. She
Yeah.
knows. Yeah,
So
she knows.
if she don't believe in those things, then she is out of Islam.
Yeah.
So here we go. You have a good news. Just tell her you are out of Islam, you know. So what is left?
Yeah.
Either she have to believe that Harut and Marut is causing you to have a fight with her, or she don't believe in Harut and Marut, and then she is out of Islam. So if she is don't believe in Harut and Marut, then she
Yeah,
is out
okay,
of Islam already.
technically she's out, but it's very hard for the person to believe that they're out.
Maybe she is afraid from the consequences of her family and friends and
Yeah, and the dragons and
Yeah.
all of that.
All right, my friend. Well, God bless you, and good to have you with
Thank
us.
you so
And feel
much.
free to call me
Likewise,
anytime.
likewise.
Take care.
For sure, man, for sure.
Take care.
Have a good day. Thank you very much, man.
Bye.